Hello everyone, this is Logan59XP here for part 4 of my playthrough of Super Mario 63 here on Twitch, but also on YouTube technically, because of course, like the last few parts, this will be going up on YouTube after I am done doing this on Twitch. But regardless of what platform you're watching this on, if you are here, then thanks for sticking around, and yeah, I guess with that being said, let's go ahead and let's move here. So, last time, in part 3, we went ahead and we did basically the kind of higher floor of the castle, which includes Tall Mountain and Lethal Lava Land. For the most part, we'll probably do another test just to be absolutely certain, but unfortunately, there seems to be some kind of bug in the version of the game I'm playing on right now where you can't actually beat the volcano level in Lethal Lava Land, because when you get to the part where you have to when you get to the escape sequence part, you just disappear and you glitch out and you just kind of fall infinitely until nothing happens. And we'll go ahead and mess around with that later on just to see if maybe that'll work now, but we're going to primarily be focusing on the rest of these. So we're going to be doing Tick-Tock Clock and Rainbow Cruise over here. And also, we'll probably go ahead and just do this right now, but also there's like a secret level right here. So that's my main plan for this stream. And then we'll probably do one last stream solely for the final area. So, yeah, because there's actually quite a few things we're going to have to do in the final area anyway. So I figured we might as well make that its own stream. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll do it as a part of this one after all, but yeah. So let's go ahead and start with good old Tick-Tock Clock. As the game lags, because this is an old Flash game. Oh, this is one of the smaller ones. Okay, then. Leg. Duck. It didn't work. No! Oh, saved. There we go. I guess we're just gonna do the first one first, which is probably just the one where you have to go all the way to the top. Oh! That was a close one. Okay, we're gonna go and do that one first. Oh, red coins. Actually, maybe we'll do this one first because it's literally just right here. And just like in actual 64, they all involve these spinning platforms, as of course they do. There we go. Pretty straightforward. Leg! Whoops. Head back in. As it lags. Oh! I see a flood. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. No! Oh! There we go. 50. Really? There's nothing special for getting 50? No! We were so close. At least we got something, though. Okay, let's... Alright, let's do this one last time. That probably won't actually be the last time, if we're being real here. No! Wait, wait. No! No! Well, this wouldn't be... I guess it's only natural that we were going to encounter that issue again. After experiencing it so much in the last stream, in part 3. And I fall down again. So, there's actually something I do want to talk about, but I'm not sure if I should really talk about it in a stream like this. I kind of want to talk about the most recent episode of WandaVision that just came out today. And, chances are if you follow the MCU, you already know what I'm talking about, but let's just say that something big happens in it that I really want to talk about. Maybe I might make a video about it, like a Nincast or something, but we'll see. At the same time, though, it's like, I kind of want to finish these 63 streams. I want to kind of have this all done, so like on the... Darn it! So like on the channel page, it'll just be, you know, Super Mario 63 parts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. And then, you know, that will be that, and then we can move on to, like, doing other things, like the Nincast or whatever. Not having it kind of be, like, you know, parts 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a random Nincast video, then 5, because then it would kind of look weird. But yeah, that's... We already had a feeling, based on, we'll just say, evidence, that what happened in that episode was going to happen, or sorry, not in that episode, but we knew that there was something involving this character. We already knew this was going to be happening anyway, but to actually see it is like really crazy. So, without telling you exactly what it is, even though you probably already know at this point, I'll just say this. The multiverse of madness has begun. Or at least I'm pretty sure it has. Because there's a lot of theories on whether or not that what we saw really is what we think it is. But yeah. Okay, you know what? Screw this. I'm gonna cheap out and I'm just gonna get them. Because obviously we're gonna get flood in here at some point, so. Like regular hover nozzle flood. So we'll just get that and then we'll come back because I don't feel like doing it the hard way. There we go. Now we can go back. Yay! Now we can cheese our way through it. Instead of doing it the real way. That it was probably intended to be done. Uh-oh. Sticky keys. I heard the sticky keys sound. Lag! yeah, I'm definitely gonna talk. Well, here's the thing. So I'm not sure if I mentioned this before. I think I brought this up before in part 1, but I actually do plan to do basically like a thoughts on video for every MCU project going forward. So when WandaVision finishes in early March, before Falcon and Winter Soldier starts, I'll make a, overall thoughts on WandaVision and, like how it will affect the MCU going forward and all that stuff. And then, the same will go for Falcon and Winter Soldier, same will go for the movies like Black Widow, Eternals, etc., Ms. Marvel, Loki, all that stuff. I might even make a video for Morbius and Venom 2 if there's enough connections in them for me to really make it worthwhile. Because I'd be lying if I said that the only reason I really even care about Morbius is just because of the potential MCU connections. But Venom 2, even by itself, does have me more interested because it's Venom and Carnage. And come on, who doesn't want Venom and Carnage? But obviously but apparently there's going to be even more MCU stuff going on in Venom 2, or like Tom Holland might actually be in it. Or even bigger, like Venom, Tom Hardy's Venom might appear in Spider-Man 3 along all the other billion characters from other universes. Who knows? Although, even I'd be lying if I said I am a little worried about the whole, like, oh, like, what if Spider-Man 3 kind of turns into, like, we have all these characters, but they don't really, but, like, it kind of feels overstuffed and it doesn't really work. I mean, I'm hoping that's not how it plays out, but obviously we'll just have to wait and see what actually happens. What the? Oh, what? Oh, great. But yeah, I don't know. I really wish we would get a new trailer for Morbius, though, and Venom, because, they left us on that cliffhanger with Michael Keaton's Vulture, and we've been waiting, all this time, and we haven't gotten anything because of the pandemic. But supposedly Sony's going to be showing off some stuff for the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl that is going to still be a thing this year, because of course it is. Even though it's just going to be a bunch of, like, cardboard cutouts in the stands, because obvious reasons. Or something along those lines, anyway. Oh, I just saw a star back there. Reference, of course. Alright then. Let's go ahead and take care of this. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. I have a feeling there was at least one more secret star for us to do. Well, there is another one, but that'll be like the last one we do. And it's easily the hardest level in the whole game. As I die. But yeah, so like, Morbius I mainly just care about because of the Michael Keaton thing. Venom 2 is a movie I probably would care about more, even outside of all the connection stuff, but we know that, there's gonna be some stuff going on with that, and again, it's rumored that we might even see Tom Holland pop in. It's really not entirely clear how this, like, transportation between universes thing is gonna work. Like, obviously the Multiverse of Madness is happening, and that's gonna connect to Spider-Man 3, but that doesn't really explain how we're gonna get, like, Tom Holland. How are we gonna get Tom Holland in Venom 2? Like, how is that gonna work? Because they gotta have an actual explanation for it. They can't just have him show up. Because he's not in, because Venom and Morbius and all of the Spunk movies, also known as the Sony Pictures Universe of Marvel characters, because apparently Sony can't make a good acronym to save their life, or a good name to save their life. Or I'll just call it the Sony. We'll just call it the Sonyverse for the sake of making things simple, okay? The Sonyverse. So, like, how are they gonna transport him from the MCU to the Sonyverse and back? Because I know some people out there that think, oh, they're gonna just do the final movie and then he's gonna go to the Sonyverse and he's gonna stay there. No, I call nonsense. As I've said before, Spider-Man is here to stay. He is not going anywhere. He'll just go between the universes. He'll just be in both. He'll be in Venom. He'll be in Venom and Morbius, whatever other movies that'll be coming in that universe, and he can be in the MCU at the same time. That's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to get both. I think Sony and Marvel are going to share Spider-Man from here on out. At least with this incarnation of the character, as in, you know, Tom Holland. Ah! And considering that, you know, considering that, again, like, but the thing is, okay, the whole idea of, oh, they're gonna just have Spider-Man 3 to wrap up his story, then they'll go over to the Sony universe, doesn't really work for me for one simple reason. One, we already know they're renewing their deal again. Like, you know how in 2019 they renewed the deal after all that drama that went down? Yeah, well, they're renewing their deal again, so clearly there's gonna be more than, heck, there's even rumors of a Spider-Man 4, like, There's rumors of even a Spider-Man 4 happening, like shortly after Spider-Man 3. Like, okay, like, you know how Infinity War was supposed to be a part 1 and 2, and then they split it into just Infinity War and Endgame? Supposedly they're going to be doing that with Spider-Man, where they're going to have, like, Spider-Man, like, they're going to have, like, because basically it's going to end up being Spider-Verse, right? It's basically live-action Spider-Verse. They're going to have, basically, Spider-Man 3 be the movie that introduces, like, you know, Tobey and Andrew, but they're gonna have the second movie be the one where they get the one where they really get to actually, like, basically the first movie, Spider-Man 3, is gonna be more a, like, it's gonna be a more proper, like, Tom Holland movie, but they'll obviously introduce the multiverse, they'll introduce Tobey and Andrew at least near the end. But then for the second movie, that's the one that's gonna be like the full-on Spider-Verse. We're gonna have all the villains or whatever or something like that. Personally, I think having it be 2 parts is a much better idea than trying to cram. Because have you seen how many characters are supposed to be in this movie? We got Tom Holland's Spider-Man, we got Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, we got Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, we got Kirsten Dunst's Mary Jane, we have Emma Stone apparently, we have Willem Dafoe, we have, you know, we have the guy that plays Electro, Jamie Foxx. We have the guy that plays Doc Ock, I can't remember, Alfred Molina. You know, we got apparently Harry Osborn. Sorry, not Harry Osborn. What is Harry Osborn? But the Green Goblin from the Amazing films, in addition to the one from the Raimi films. Supposedly Venom's in the movie. Supposedly Daredevil's in the movie. It's like there's all these characters, and it's like, as cool as that's gonna be to see, can they really do that in one movie? I think most people can agree they can't really do justice to all those characters in one movie. I think having it be a 2-parter makes way more sense. Especially since that'll be a way to give, like, Tom Holland like his kind of, like, trilogy, quote unquote, before they just throw Spider-Verse at us. And again, I want Spider-Verse. Like, everyone, you know, that's been a pipe dream, right, for years, is, you know, Tobey, Andrew, and Tom on screen at the same time. That was thought to be, you know, nothing more than a, you know, a fanboy pipe dream just a couple years ago. But, yeah, here we are, where the next Spider-Man movie is supposed to basically be that. Like, all the villains, all the characters, everyone is here. Everyone is here. Literally, though, everyone is here. But again, can they really do justice to all those characters? I don't know. I definitely think that if it is a 2-parter, that's absolutely the right route to go. Because one, that just means more screen time for Tobey and whatnot, and all the other characters, which I'm sure people would obviously really like to see anyway. But Or maybe we got something crazy where Spider-Man 3 is the MCU movie that's mainly about Tom Holland, but they'll introduce Tobey and Andrew at the end. And then Spider-Man 4 is actually in the Sony universe, and Tom Holland goes over to the Sony universe, and then that's where they do duel with all the previous bad guys or whatever. I don't know. I mean, granted, nah, they're not going to do that. Maybe that would have happened before they signed their initial deal, or before they signed their new deal, but yeah, nah. Again, Spider-Man is here to stay in the MCU, regardless. I don't care what anyone says. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. But yeah, yeah, there's a lot more I could talk about when it comes to all that MCU stuff, because obviously I'm really pumped for all that right now. As I said before in a previous stream, I'm pretty sure, it's so great to see the MCU back in action with all this WandaVision stuff going on. And now and there's all the Spider-Man rumors, and like, yeah, that's just really awesome. Too bad nothing's really happening with Nintendo right now. I mean, I can't say I'm really begging for information right now, because again, the MCU has kept me very occupied. Like, that's one of the reasons why I'm so glad I got into the MCU, is because it's something else for me to get excited about and like do that isn't just waiting for Nintendo to announce a direct or something, you know? So, that's another thing that's really nice. But obviously, once we get some new Nintendo info, especially when we finally get some info on Breath of the Wild 2, which, it's gotta be this year, guys. Breath of the Wild 2 has to be this year. There's no way it isn't. And if it isn't this year, then there better be some, like, insane change to the overworld. Because obviously the game's gonna be great. It's Breath of the Wild 2. Of course it's gonna be great. But the main concern I have for the game is how different is the overworld gonna be? Because we already know it's going to be the same Hyrule, quote-unquote. But how different is the overworld going to be? Because if the overworld is more or less the same, it's not going to feel like as much of a brand new game. But if the world is like radically changed, while still being, quote, the same, that'll make it feel a lot more worthy of it being a sequel. But the one thing I can say that does make me feel good is knowing that they've been working on this game for like 4 years. There's got to be some cool stuff in it if they've been taking that long. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. There we go. Oh, look at that. Bouncing off the spike. Whoop. Oh! forgot about that. I remember that being there now, but I forgot about that. Okay, so obviously we're gonna head on back. Yeah, that's not happening. Oh, shoot. There we go. And of course, I don't have FLUDD anymore. Honestly, I think the one Switch thing that seems to be, or the one Nintendo thing that seems to be talked about the most right now is basically the Switch Pro. Which, I mean, if it's gonna come out at this point, it's gonna be this year. I kind of feel like this year is the last year for a Switch Pro to actually release. If it doesn't come out this year, then that's probably it, and they're just gonna move on to like the Switch 2 in a couple of years, like the next actual console, not just an enhanced model. But I mean, Breath of the Wild 2 this year, the Switch Pro, that makes some pretty good marketing on their part, and also just it makes a lot of sense, like your most anticipated game on your highly anticipated console. It kind of makes all the sense in the world, right? Kind of like basically the original Breath of the Wild was to the Switch when it launched in 2017. Shoot, shoot, shoot. No! I already talked about the Switch Pro, though, in my Nintendo in 2021 Nincast video, though, so if you haven't checked that out, then go check it out. It's a two-parter. It's been up for a little while now. I feel like I missed something in this. Like, I feel like there was supposed to be a star coin in there. So I've discovered some new settings in OBS recently. I won't get into I won't get into them too much right now. To the right. But I've discovered a way of basically getting an uncompressed signal. Well, not an uncompressed signal, but a way to get the uncompressed color from a NV12 or YUI2 source. I won't get into it now. Again, I'll probably do a whole stream where I'm messing around with stuff at some point, and I'll get into it there. But all I can say is, if you have a capture card that only does NV12 or YUI2, and you want to get the absolute most out of it, there is a way to do so and not have the smoothing effect that happens when you record with an NV12 or YUI2 capture card in regular NV12 mode in OBS. There's a way you can change it so it records at 444 technically with that YUI2 or NV12 signal, and you'll get the full, like, it won't smooth itself over. It'll actually look just like it does in the preview. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I won't get into it. It's a bunch of technical stuff involving chroma subsampling and whatnot, but all I can say is I'm very glad I discovered it, because it makes my potential prospects of picking up a Live Gamer HD2, a card that is basically the 1080p version of the Live Gamer 4K that I own, something that might be more viable. Because the main thing that would stop me from getting that card is it being only YUI2. Not because I have a problem with it being YUI2 by itself, just because the smoothing effect. I'm not a fan of it. I can understand why it does that by default. I get the idea behind it, but I prefer just having the raw, sharp pixels, even if it is more pixelated in some parts, especially when it's red, because red is where chroma subsampling becomes most apparent. And I just died. But again, that's a whole other topic that's not like for this kind of video. Getting into chroma subsampling and 420, 444, that's all stuff I care about, you guys don't, so I'll save that for some other time. The only thing I can say for sure, in a that is not super techie or whatever, is basically, yeah. So I have a Live Gamer 4K, I have a Live Gamer Ultra, those are my two main capture cards. I'm thinking of replacing the EVGA I got a while back with another AverMedia card, and I'm thinking the HD2, which is, again, basically just the 1080p version of the Live Gamer 4K. You know, it's a PCIe card. And although it's only PCIe 1X, not 4X, which is actually something I kind of find interesting. I mean, I get why, because it's only 1080p, not 4K, just, I don't know. It'd be kind of neat to have two PCI capture cards in my computer at once, you know? But again, I'll get into more of that capture card OBS stuff some other time. Alright then, so we've gotten 3 so far, I'm pretty sure. Yes, we only got 2? Really? Just 2? That's a bit light. Up. Red coins. Nope. Whoa, did you hear that? Whoa. It's kind of lagging out a bit. Get out of the way. We're obviously going to go ahead and get that. There we go. So now we're at 4, I'm pretty sure. Whoops. What? Here we go. Yeah, we're actually getting through this fairly quickly. We might actually just do the final battle right here and now, honestly. I don't know, we'll see. Now, as in, like, once we're done everything else. Maybe I'll just stop the stream, change the title real quick, and then we'll start it up again, and then we'll just do that. Four out of 6. I guarantee you there is one in that triangle area, with the triangle secret thing, that I missed. I guarantee you. I just feel like I missed something there. And I'm kind of cheating right now! You know what, we're gonna go over here. You know, I'm gonna check again. There's no way there isn't one in here. I feel like I missed something. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. I'm paying attention. Wait, it's right there. It's right there. I just saw it. It's right there. That's where it is. I knew I missed something. Obviously, this would be easier if I just had Flood, but of course I don't. No! Oh, shoot. Okay, that was kind of weird. It was, like, delayed. That makes sense. Actually, you know what? I've been talking about the HD2. I completely forgot about the HD 60S Plus. Because now that I figured out that, like, way to avoid the smoothing effect, actually, an HD 60S Plus might actually be something I would actually really consider now. So I can still get that 4K pass-through. I can use an Elgato card again for the first time in, like, a couple of years. And it'd be something different. Not just, you know, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but... I mean, if the price is low enough, I'll probably just get an HD2. But... I will absolutely consider an HD... Yeah, no! Okay, you know what? Actually, you know what? I'm okay with that one. Because the ground pound actually saved me. Okay, I literally just pressed up. Nothing else. And I ground pound. Really? Really? Wow. That's a fail and a half. Why do I keep doing the ground pound? I don't understand why it does that. I'm not pressing the ground pound button, I'm just doing jump. my god, that took way too long to do. And now I'm not. Now I'm dead. And now, of course, I gotta actually beat the level the normal way in order to get out of this. Or I guess I could just, you know, I could actually just do this. Because it already saved, right? So I can just die. Yeah, there we go. No big deal. Now I got 4 extra lives, too. And now we got 1 more to get. Whoops. No. Okay, that saved me, actually. Darn it, I wanted to see if I could skip it. Nice. Look how tired I am. Ah, sticky keys. You're probably hearing a lot of keyboard stuff right now. Apologies for that, but if you haven't heard that enough by now, then if you've heard enough of it, then honestly you probably should just stop watching. Keyboard sounds are just kind of what's required to play this game, because you know it's a Flash game, which means it's on PC, which means you need to use the keyboard. And honestly, even if I could play this game with a controller, I wouldn't, because I've played this game with a keyboard for like 12 years. It probably hasn't actually been 12 years, but like I've been playing this game for like, you know, again as the title of the stream says, this is a childhood classic. So I've played this game plenty for a very long time. All right. Let me go this way. Wait a second. Wasn't that literally the opposite of what it just said? Never mind. I just read it wrong. Yeah, who needs, oh, there's the last one. Yeah, who needs carpets when you can just do this? There we go. Oh, wait, shoot. This is the last one, so I'm not really sure what the point of the cannon is for that one. Alright then, so let's go ahead and just do one last thing before we call it a stream. And let's go ahead and try one last time to see if we can actually do this. Because for some freaking reason, this doesn't want to work. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch one of the previous streams where I actually try doing this and it doesn't work. Actually, on Twitch, I have a little highlight that shows what went wrong. Ah. Oh, that was a close one. Oh yeah, that's right. You can't use any water in here. Not that that's the problem we have right now. The problem is that the game just doesn't... It just, like, dies or something. Well, not doesn't die. You'll see. If you didn't watch the last stream, you'll understand what the problem is. Once again, I did not do that ground pound. That was just the game being the game. Cool. Then I gotta do the whole thing again. 'Cause there's no way I'm gonna be able to make it in time. Or I can miraculously make it. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Okay. Now, pay attention. Watch. Okay, sorry, it's not. Okay, that was a little. Okay, that was a little premature. Okay, now watch. Watch. And I'm gone. I don't know why, but I am. And the last star coin is in here as well, so I'm alive apparently. About nowhere. Actually, hold on. I might be able to cheese this. Where am I? Oh, I'm all the way down here. But I can't do anything. I don't understand. Like, why do I spawn down here? This normally doesn't happen, but I can't do anything. I can't even cheese my way out. Because I don't have Flood. If I had Flood, I could maybe cheese my way out, but I can't, because I don't have Flood.
Let's go.
So, yeah, yeah. So, okay, looks like we're not getting that one, so we're gonna get 63 instead of 64 for the Shine Sprites in Star Coins, unfortunately. But hey, I guess it's kind of ironic because, hey, it's the name of the game. 63. But yeah, it's unfortunate. So yeah. Oh well. We tried like 3 times and it didn't want to work, so. $58. Play. However, there is actually one thing I do want to do real quick. Whoops. Whoops, wrong area. Okay, now I'm getting lost. we go. So what's in here again? Shine Sprite. And here's Luigi. And here is another Shine Sprite. And then this last one we can't really deal with. That requires all the star coins, which unfortunately we will not be able to do because the game doesn't want to work. But we'll go ahead, since we're basically... Since we're basically at the end, we'll go ahead and grab this. And we'll go ahead and grab the other one. Now we have 60. I'm pretty sure that we've done basically everything else we can do, as far as I can think of. Well, again, outside of that outside of the Lethal Lava Land thing. But outside of that, I think we've done everything else. So that should leave us with only one thing left. And that is the final battle. But we'll be saving that for another time. Well, not really. I'm just going to end the stream real quick, and then I'm going to start up again with the word Part 5 instead of Part 4. But yeah, so tune in next time in a couple of minutes when we take on Bowser. We do the final battle, and then we will also do the final secret level of the game. And then that will basically be it. Although I might do a bonus episode where I mess around with Level Designer, but who knows. But anyways, this is Logan59XP, and I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes.
Don't leave them here. Let us hide friendless at a kind of lit. Got our eyes are still in doubt and fear.